All right, we are live. Hello, ladies. Good afternoon. I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Today it is Thursday, and thank God for another day. Okay, so we are continuing on our 5 days. We're talking about anything else but hair, how to take off our beautiful crown. Okay, so today we're gonna shift a little bit. Our topic to, not like we're shifting away, but actually something that I'm going to bring out to your attention, which is that this topic actually is like overlooked factor that actually but greatly influence hair health, which is your everyday routine and emotional well-being. When you are not emotionally fit, when you got a lot of things right here in your mind, it does affect the way that everything else is showing up into your body. Either way, it's your hair, your skin, your nail. Those three areas are really working together. So if your emotions are not right, let's say you have something going right now in your life and you're thinking, your stress level is so high, just what it's going to affect you. So today, I just want us to look into that high stress and poor lifestyle actually can, accelerate hair loss. So if you're someone that you're stressing a lot, and you seeing that it's kind of like your hair also falling out and out, because that's the connection. That's what I'm going to do today. I want to kind of break it down so you see the connection between hair loss and stress. Okay, so those habits, like if we are not meant for habit, form the foundation of a strong, beautiful hair. So our lifestyle is very important. Our emotional well-being is very important. Why mindful habit that we all create each day affect our hair also. So what is the link between the stress and hair loss? I'm glad that you want to know. Okay, so chronic stress actually elevates cortisol level. So let's say right now you went to work and you have a little misunderstanding between your coworkers. You come home, our habits, which is like with a human being, we always want to feel at peace. So when that piece is not there, what happens is our brain comprehends that as something. You have to put something in to calm down. Something have to feel, that space, that emotion, that dopamine that you're really longing for. And a lot of us, going through the stress, if we are not able to decrease that cortisol to calm down, what happens is it's gonna affect our hair. And also, some of us, we turn into food. That's when we start eating junk. Okay, and all of this we've been talking about things that are connected, the link connected to hair, what's happening, why we have hair loss, and all of those things. So I hope you are taking notes and kind of see which area right now are you stressed out a lot. That's your hair is falling out a lot, your hair is shedding more, and all of those things. So emotional strain may also lead to unhealthy habits like poor diet, lack of sleep, neglecting self-care, and so all of these things step back your hair wellness journey. And it's something it can be like, oh wow, are you serious? So Coach Malaika, you telling me that when I'm stressing out, that also can affect my hair? Yes, that's the whole point I'm making. When you stress out, it will also affect your hair. So it's not just menopause only, but the other factor that contribute the severity of things that we are going through. Okay. Now, what would be the simple strategy? Like you guys know me for now. I like it's anything that is practical, strategy, principles, because they are universal. It doesn't matter where you are. When you apply the principle, the strategy is going to work for you. So there are some few strategies that I want to share with you today. They are very simple to manage stress. Okay, one of them is mindfulness and relaxation. We talk about that. I put like a post on this lady getting massage. One of those things that you can do, very simple. Go get yourself a massage. Some of us have a habit. I've seen some people that have a habit doing that every 2 weeks, which is great. I have clients that go and get massage every 2 weeks. Some people doing once a month. At least something that if you do once a month or is every 3 weeks or once a week if you can afford it, that's great. And I've seen like some masseuse where actually they also massage your hair, which is also another bonus. Okay, so go get you some massage. Mindfulness, relaxation, all of those are good for your hair wellness. Practice deep breathing also is great. Just when we are stressing out, we have to have a time where we sit down and kind of like just be aware of what is happening and take like the moment you don't breathe, what happens is cortisol is getting high. That's why when something is shocked to you or you go to something, people will say breathe, take a deep breath, because it will help a lot. Okay, not just breathing just because for the sake of breathing, but when you breathe, you give your lung time to relax, your muscle diabetes, because see, when we get angry, we get tense. All right, so we have to be, and I have to remind myself that. So you can also gentle exercising, you know, that can calm your mind. Like a walk, for example. I like to, if I'm angry or something's going, I have a lot of thoughts in my mind. For me, just go for a walk help a lot. Be around the nature and thinking about what God want me to do with this situation. That help also. And set boundary. That's one thing that I found myself and I'm still struggling with. Set boundaries sometimes is really hard, especially when, you know, we set those boundaries that we know they are strict and people can get offended sometimes. But we have to set boundaries if we really want to live well, okay? So prioritize self-care and give yourself permission to say no to things that it just no, unnecessary sweat. Things that stretch you up in life. I know sometimes we love our kid, right? And most of the time some of us, we want to help them out. We want to do so much for them. Maybe they are stressing us out and they want us to do things. We have to make sure that we look ourselves in the mirror and say no. Or a husband or a friend or somebody that just being part of our life or a relationship cycle, and they stress you out just for stress. Tell them no. You know, have you maybe have a friend and all the time, you know, anything they want to say from their mouth is say something to either way indirectly trying to insult you or say something that is always negative. You know, one day you just have to get up, look at them in their face. I call it holy no. Say no, N-O. Or somebody that's so demanding you do things, say no, I can't do that. And I know a lot of it because we have that serving spirit, right? So we are easy to say, oh yes, I do it, but you know for sure you don't want to do it. So that creates conflict between, you know, your heart and the brain. Just, okay, I say yes, but I really don't want to do it. If you don't want to do it, I don't want to do it. Nobody's going to kill you. You know, I appreciate a pure yes, what I call a pure yes or a pure no. No is an answer. And sometimes have you, sometimes like you tell people no, all of a sudden they ask you why. You know, like you can say yes and nobody say a word, right? Yes, thank you. But when you say no, they say why. It's like you have to explain your no. Okay? But I don't explain my yes. Why you want me to explain my no? So ladies, give yourself permission, even with your spouse. If they ask you something that you think is going to stretch you out so much, just say, hey, baby, I can't do it. I'm sorry. Say no for today. And it's fine. He's not going to die. You ain't going to die. Okay? All right. So give yourself permission. Also, creative outlets. When you're engaging in something that brings you joy, like for me, I like to crochet things. I like to formulate. I like to put my hand on things. I like to create recipes. You know, I like to, it's like, and some of you guys probably are like a master of art. Probably you like to draw, you know. When you indulge yourself on something like that, that give you value, that puts you into the state of happiness, you know, you get that dopamine, just what? You will decrease the stress level in your life, okay? Or some people may be playing guitar or singing. Those things are very important. You know, sometimes we don't see the result because we think it's not so visible, so we don't know if it's really working, but that's a study of improve. When people are angry and then they sing, you know, it calms them down. Or you listen to music, or you are sick, you listen to music. Because when you're sick, you worry, of course, you know, your cortisol can be higher. But the study is showing that when you listen to music, people actually get to the point of like actually healing. Okay? So we want to make sure that we do activities, things that really engage, bring us joy. And also like painting, gardening. That's one. I just started mine the other day, like 3 days ago. And I feel so, I didn't see anything spark yet, just 3 days. But I felt so good, you know, that I put something on the ground, okay? And listening to music, like I was saying, to help reduce anxiety and foster positivity. Because the thing is with our hair, as we're thinking, what we eat affects our hair, what we think affects our hair, how we behave affects our hair. So if we already all the time, every day, we just angry and we are looking just our circumstances. I'm having hot flashes. I'm having low libido. I can't even enjoy my husband. All of this thing, they actually accumulating into our mind. And what happening is our hair is not going to suicide. It's going to fall because there's too much. There's so much of cortisol going at one time. So I'm not saying that you can. You know, we are human beings. You can get angry. You can get frustrated. But you got to find a time that you bring down that cortisol, okay? All right. Now, we also, I also see like supporting system, like stay connected with friends and family. A supporting group like we are right here. in our Menopause Matters now. That's why I love being here, part of our community, because we have other people. Like, have you come to the place, you know, like our community, that you post your question and everybody say, oh yeah, I'm going through that too. Isn't it make you feel good? Not like feel good that as, oh, okay, we're all going, you know, but you know that, okay, I'm not the only one. I'm not crazy like other people think that I'm crazy. You know, okay, other people too are going through like, it tastes, metallic taste in their mouth. Okay, so this is the menopause issues. Okay, you know, so that's what community and support is for, because it helps you to relate to other people. And just as a human being, when we feel like we all gone through it, you know, it's kind of make it more bearable. It's not that it's going to be easy, but it's bearable. We all can do it, okay? That's the power of unity, the power of diversity. You know, I was listening to my pastor the other day, and he was explaining why God create us so different, so unique, why we are so diverse, you know, as a human race. And he was explaining how, like, when unique people, different people meet each other, it produces power, right? Like, and he was explaining about the battery, for example, from your car. You can have a pole negative and negative. You ain't get any power. You know, let's say like your battery is not working, right? Your car is not turned on. You have to power it, and then you have hook up those two cords or those two poles. But just what? If there's tension, negative one and negative, you put them together, it's not going to give you any power. But when you take the negative and the positive and you condemn them, what happened? Boom, power, right? So this is why we need a community, because when you come to our group and somebody else come to the group, whatever we share, just so we empower each other, okay? All right, so I love diversity. All right, ladies, so we also going to talking about sleep, which is, I think that's like an unsung hero of her health. Sleep is very important when it comes to many things of our, you know, our journey, but also for our hair is crucial. Actually, we are supposed to aim by 7 to 9 hours of restorative sleep per night. And also, I talk about I think maybe a couple weeks ago, or maybe a couple days ago, I don't remember. I shared about how quality sleep is very important. Not only that, the number of the hours that you slept, but also the quality of them. And I will share you guys that sometimes I'll be so busy that I only have 4 hours of sleep. But I promise you, because I make sure that I have a quality of sleep, I wake up and feel like I'm so energized, you know. So I'm gonna share today what are those factors or elements that you need to make sure that you have a great sleep. First of all, you need to include like, because when we sleep good during the night, the body repair tissues, including hair follicles. You hear that? This is actually why we need to sleep and have a good quality sleep, because while we are sleeping, our body, our tissue still into the process of repairing. So when we don't sleep enough or having that good quality of sleep, actually, have you ever heard before they say when you don't sleep enough, you're taking days, months, years out of your living? Like the year that you're going to be here on this planet, you are taking them actually out. Taking days and months out, okay? So sleep is very important. What can we do to increase our sleeping ability is creating a relaxing environment. Pre-bedtime routine is very important. And dim light, read, listen to calming music, and minimum screen time, at least 1 hour. 1 hour before bed. A lot of us, we're so used to, yes, technology, you know, we have to go and see what's going on Facebook or whatever. But just make sure that before, like 1 hour before, everything that is electronic is out, because that light actually can affect our sleep ability, okay? Now, gentle mindfulness. I also want to share with you what are the gentle care routine that you can introduce to your hair, okay? So the first one is that avoid aggressive brushing. A lot of us, when we brushing also our hair, that can also increase shedding, or even like the hair can, because the hair is fragile, you know, it's a fragile element. So if we are not gentle with what we're doing, our routine, we can also loosen hair that way. Tight hairstyle, okay? And I'm talking right now to some of us like to do braids, you know, ponytail. If they are too tight, you're gonna damage him. And actually, like I see soldiers that, because my husband is military, and soldiers that come to me to get their hair done, and some people their hairline is right here, which is crazy, you know. But because of the lifestyle, you have to put your hair in the bun, and every time you have braids, or every time you have to have those ponytails that are so tight, is not healthy. Okay, and once we're on this journey, our estrogen is not in optimum anymore, so we have to be mindful of all of those things that we're doing. A strong heat also styling, like if you're styling your hair all the time, the heat is so much, and sometimes actually heat can fry your hair. And how I know that, because when you look on the end of your hair, you can see they become more even tinier, and then the curl pattern is just different. They look flat, dude. That's why you have some heat chemical. And for like fussy hair, like my type of hair, they won't go back to their natural curl anymore. They become straight, and you have to cut that out. Okay. All right. So we're talking about heat. You don't want a lot of heat into your hair, especially when hair is damp. Okay. Some of us have those blow dry now, where you can blow dry your hair quickly. We also need to wash your hair, wisely. You can use, like limit chemical. Read your shampoo, read the label. What is here? What is the inside? If you can pronounce it, just what? Don't buy it. Okay. So we want to make sure that we use something that are very, is not going to be harsh on our hair. And also you want to eat a balanced meal rich in vitamin, mineral, and protein. So food intake is also very important. Regular exercise also contribute to your hair. Actually, when you exercise a lot, you sweat, your hair get to, that type of stimulation we talked about yesterday. The blood stimulation is very good for your hair. There's an exercise machine that I saw it a couple times in some gym. I forgot how you call it, but in Korea, I see Koreans do that a lot. And even grandmas, okay? Then you go in, right, and your hair go down. If somebody know the name, just let me know. And you will be in that position for a while. You know what that does? It shifts the blood toward your head. And that's really good. Even sometimes, when we go to classes for hair wellness, that you can actually bend down. It's good to have the habit to bend down your hair, like the hair to the floor, once in a while, to get the blood circulation. All right, lady, that's what I have. I decided that I'm going to keep this live for 15 minutes or 17 the most, okay? I don't want to keep it here for long. So that's what I have for you. Your stress level is very important when it comes to your hair health, okay? So trying to minimize stress. If some of you guys, you need some help for that, and please let us know. If your food intake is not right, you need a meal plan, let me know. I can help you with that. And tomorrow, Friday, we are doing Q&A, okay? I'm going to pick up some questions. So put your question that you have, come for your or even a question, whatever you have. I will also look through and see if you guys post some more questions. I'm going to answer them live, okay? So I'm telling you, I'm going to answer about 5 questions. So take time to write your question. If something about hair, nutrition, and whatever that is, and I'm going to answer them. So tomorrow is all about Q&A. All right, ladies, I thank you so much and talk to you soon. Ciao for now.